Okay, here we have GARCH model. Our GARCH model is 1 by 1. So that is our model. 1 by 1 means there is one arch term and one GARCH term. So that is our model. And here we have chosen daily data for us estimating GARCH 1-1 model, and we assume all variables are stationary. Make sure in the GARCH model all the variables should be stationary. And so what we have done, we have already estimated our model, meaning that our model 1.2, we have already estimated this GARCH model 1.2, and we have already got the result. So now we shall discuss about the result. Okay, so that is result discussion of GARCH model, which is also called variance equation 1.2, right? But this GARCH model can be estimated using few distributions. So here we have used three types of distribution to estimate GARCH 1-1 model. So they are normal Gaussian distribution, students T with fixed DF, and general error distributions, that is called GED. So we have used these three distribution in estimating GARCH 1-1 model. And what is the result we have got? Okay, so first we talk about normal Gaussian distribution. Then what result we have got? Under this distribution, arch is found significant. It means that previous days Bangladesh bond return information, that is arch, can influence today's Bangladesh bond return volatility, that is HT in equation 1.2. So meaning that arch is significant. Okay. Then the second one, under this distribution, GARCH is also found significant. It means that previous days Bangladesh bond return volatility, that is HT minus 1 in equation 1.2, is also known GARCH, influence today's Bangladesh bond return. So what we have got, arch and GARCH both are significant. It means what? It means that Bangladesh bond return volatility is influenced by its own arch and GARCH factors or own shock. That means Bangladesh bond return volatility actually influenced by its own shock or own volatility, that is arch and GARCH. And then what about Indian bond return? This variable is also found significant, meaning that Indian bond return volatility or outside shock can influence the volatility of BBR. So that is outside shock that influence the Bangladesh bond return volatility. And what about Pakistan bond return? It is not found significant, meaning that volatility in Pakistan bond return cannot transmit to BBR. That means Pakistan bond return volatility cannot influence Bangladesh bond return volatility. So, what we can do, we can check it in the GARCH model. GARCH model means equation 1.2, this one, and according to the normal distribution, HT1 is significant, meaning that GARCH is significant. E square t minus 1 is also significant, meaning that ARCH is significant, meaning that ARCH and GARCH both influence the volatility of Bangladesh bond return, which is HT. So actually ARCH and GARCH actually are in the family, that means family of HT. So that is why I'm telling ARCH and GARCH are the own shock, family shock, shock within family. And we have also got IBR is significant. So, but it is outside the family, right? That means international shock, international volatility can also influence Bangladesh bond return, which is HT. But Pakistan bond return could not influence HT. So that is the outcome of GARCH 1.1 model when we choose normal distributions. Okay, so we have done it. Okay, then we go to the second distribution, next distribution, that is students T with fixed DF, and we have also estimated. And what is the outcome? Under this distribution, ARCH is also found significant. It means that previous days Bangladesh bond return information, that is ARCH, can influence today's Bangladesh bond return volatility. So the result is as before. Then under this distribution, GARCH is also found significant. It means that previous days Bangladesh bond return volatility can influence today's Bangladesh bond return volatility. So the result is as before. It means that Bangladesh bond return volatility is influenced by its own ARCH and GARCH factors or own shock. So the result is as before. And what about the Indian bond return? It is also found significant, meaning that Indian bond return volatility or outside shock can influence the volatility of BBR. Then what about Pakistan bond volatility? It is not found, meaning that volatility in Pakistan bond return cannot transmit PBR. So here we have got the same result like normal distribution. Okay, then third distribution, get with fixed parameters. What is it? Under this distribution, arch is significant. So here is also arch significant. It means that previous days Bangladesh bond return information can influence today's Bangladesh bond return volatility, that is HT equation 1.2. So the result is as before. Under this distribution, GARCH is also found significant. It means that previous days Bangladesh bond return volatility, which is HT minus 1 in equation 1.2, also known as GARCH, can influence today's Bangladesh bond return volatility. So the result is as before. It means that Bangladesh bond return volatility is influenced by its own arch and GARCH factors or own shock. So the result is as before. And what about the Indian bond return? It is found significant, meaning that Indian bond return volatility or outside shock can influence the volatility of BBR. So the result is also as before. Then what about Pakistan bond return? It is found not significant, meaning that volatility in Pakistan bond return cannot transmit to BBR. So here we have received the same result like normal distribution and student T. Okay, so we have estimated GARCH model using three distribution, and what is our result? The decision of the model or the result. So we can conclude that volatility in BBR is largely dependent on its own shock, such as arch and GARCH, and also influenced by the foreign market, such as IBR. But volatility from Pakistan bond return cannot contribute in the volatility of BBR. So what is the decision? Arch and GARCH are significant, and also Indian bond return. So all the three factors influence. Three factors means arch factor, GARCH factor, and the Indian bond return factor. All three things contribute in the volatility of HT. What is HT? Bangladesh bond return. That is called variance of residuals in other words. Okay. Okay, now we have to select the model because we have estimated three models using three distribution. So which one is the best? We have three models using three distributions. Which one is the best? To be best model, following assumptions must be fulfilled. So here we have three assumptions. First assumption, null hypothesis, there is no serial correlation. Alternative, there is serial correlations. How to check it? Using correlogram squared residual or Q-test. Then the second hypothesis, residuals are normal distributed. Alternative, are not normal. So this one can be tested using Jarka-Bera statistics. And the last one, there is no arch effect. Alternative, there is arch effect. And this can be tested using arch test. And here, all null hypotheses are desirable to achieve best model status, meaning that all the null hypotheses, such as there is no serial correlation, residuals are normally distributed, and there is no arch effect, so these are desirable. That means we should not reject null hypothesis. Only then the model will be best model. Okay. Now we have already tested all the assumptions. That means 3 assumptions here. And what is the result? Evaluation of models under 3 distributions. Okay, first I check under normal Gaussian distribution. What is the outcome? There is no serial correlation, no arch effect in the residual. So this is a good sign. No arch effect, no serial correlation. But the problem is that residuals are not normally distributed. So this one is a bad sign, right? Because residuals are not normally distributed. Then students with T fixed parameters. What is the outcome? There is no serial correlation, no arch effect. So this one is a good sign. But the problem is that residuals are not normally distributed. So that is a bad sign as before. So similar result like normal distributions. And what about the third distributions? There is no serial correlation, no arch effect. So that is a good sign. But again, the same thing has happened. Residuals are not normally distributed. So that is a bad sign. So similar results like normal distribution and student T distributions. So what is the problem of these 3 models? The weakness of these 3 distributions is non-normality of residuals. What is it? Non-normality of residuals. That means residuals are not normally distributed. But many suggest that non-normality in the residuals may not be that serious problem, as estimators are still consistent. That means although the residuals are not normal, but estimators are still consistent. So we can accept the model. It is told by many econometrician. They are suggesting, although the residuals are not normal, but estimators are efficient. So we can proceed. We can proceed to make the model. So what is the conclusion? We can take either of the three models as best models. That means out of three, we can take any one as a best model. And we can also use the best model for forecasting Bangladesh bond return volatility, meaning that GARCH model, meaning that model number 1.2, which is above. Actually here all the three models are the best, so you can choose any one to to uh, to uh, to estimate. That means I'd come here. So this is our model, GARCH model. So we can use the model to forecast the volatility of Bangladesh bond return.